Hey everyone, my name is Maddie and I'm going to be talking about multi-engine engine failure. So after takeoff, if you detect that you have an engine failure, you must take immediate action, especially because you are so close to the ground. As soon as this engine loss is detected, you should apply full rudder into the operating engine, as mistaken rudder input will result in a loss of directional control, which will eventually turn into what is called a VMC roll, which develops into a spin, and this is fatal. Along with rudder input, a 5-degree bank should also be applied in the direction of the operating engine again in order to keep the aircraft moving in a straight line. This is counteracting something called asymmetrical yaw. If in a climb, which you probably are after takeoff, lower the pitch to one acceptable for single engine operations. After this is complete, all throttles, prop levers, and mixture levers shall be moved to full. Raise any flaps and or gear to reduce drag, so you need as much distance as possible. Now, having an engine failure in flight is a little bit different. All memory items, as stated before, should be completed expediently. If the engine is what is called critical, such as there's smoking, the aircraft is shaking, and it's shedding oil, perform full engine shutdown and secure it, otherwise leave it running. If it's not critical, try switching fuel tanks, as you may have fuel starvation, switching the magnetos, as it may run on one magneto and not the other, lowering the power setting, altering the mixture, just in case the mixture is not rich enough or it's too lean, and turn the fuel pump on, and carb heat or alternate air if vapor lock is suspected. If there are no airports available for immediate landing, utilize fuel cross feed for maximum fuel usage, so transferring what fuel was for the last engine, and give it to the other engine so you can balance the wing weight so that it isn't really unbalanced on one side. If you are an altitude above the single engine absolute ceiling, the aircraft will begin losing altitude no matter what you do. In this case, you adjust your pitch and power for VY single engine to minimize altitude loss. When securing a failed engine, this depends on the manufacturer, but most things are pretty universal. So as soon as everything is set up for single engine operations, the prop of the inoperative engine must be feathered. To do this, you pull back slowly on the throttle of that engine, just to make sure that you don't do it to your only engine, because then you would have no engines, and that's a problem. And then slowly pull back the prop lever, which will stop the movement of the prop. This is called feathering. To secure it, usually these steps are included: mixture to idle, mags off, cowl flaps closed, fuel pump off, fuel selector off, and then alternator off. So in terms of getting on the ground, you're going to have to get on the ground one way or another. So as soon as you're within an airspace that you can talk to ATC, notify ATC of the failure of your engine and ask for priority clearance and land. The landing should be performed as normal with control adjustments for asymmetrical yaw. Go-around should be avoided at all costs, as most light piston twins do not have the single engine performance sufficient for a go-around with flaps and landing gear extended. It just will not go well. Land however possible. And keep this approach against normal speed-wise and maintain positive control. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I wish you guys all clear skies and tailwinds. See ya!